Okay, so yeah, I am in the process of adding more decals, but I wanted to add. There's a center line that at least goes. Actually, it goes all the way around the car, but I have it in the form of the brake built part on the rear, and I want to continue that. It's supposed to go around the sides and really continue up to the front, but this gets a little bit complicated to do that. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to do that part, but at least most of it. But there's definitely a prominent side, like a line on the side. And so I just measured the approximate thickness, which is I think about a 16th, 1/64th inch. Um, it wasn't quite 32nd. It was like two ticks. So 1/64th. But whatever it is, that's what the approximate thickness is, and I think it looks close enough. And I'm going to just carefully, I just cut it out of black vinyl adhesive, as I've been doing with some of my other stuff, to custom modify this and decorate it to be just that little bit more accurate as possible. I'd have started applying some decals on here. You can see the Ferrari logo, as well as some of the stuff up front, over the top, and even they provided decals for the canopy. Even though this was painted, it was still not completely opaque. And also the stud holes, there was like it was like this, right? There's like uh, besides the stud, there's this area box rectangle around it that's not painted. So I took the liberty to just use that piece and carefully apply it. I was scared that, well, hope I don't mess this up because it could damage the paint underneath, potentially, because it's pretty sticky. If I try to pull it off, it could pull off the paint that was on there. And I think it did, because I tried to fix one area and I noticed that the paint did get kind of messed up. So I thought, all right, I'm going to commit to this. And it's a bit of tight fit around the holes, but you just carefully use these dental tools like this and something else to just kind of carefully get in there and push down the edges. I might need to get in there a little bit more, but it helps out and get into the tight areas, because my fingers probably wouldn't be able to do as good a job. And that's what happened. So it was three pieces: the top, and then part of the A pillar, the front part, and then there was a side here that goes down this other part of the A pillar, and on the opposite side as well. And it kind of matches the extra white decal that I custom made to actually bring the door side up a bit so that it meets with this rear window area kind of thing. Before, it was kind of just, didn't quite smoothly go into it. It does reduce the overall height of the window a bit, obviously, because it narrows it down a bit. But I believe, well, it's not untypical of Speed Champion models. They tend to around the canopy area, the side windows, and up here, this area I'm talking about, I call it a canopy, but they tend to, make it not quite as big, and the proportions are a little bit off. But anyways, and if you look at I believe the F40 is the actual last F40 from Lego itself. I think where the line is, where it angles, angles off. Whoops. That's how much higher it was painted on that one, and so the window looks even smaller on that, I think. So I think this works. Anyways, it is what it is now. So I'm just gonna peel the backing off and carefully just basically pinstriping this thing, just carefully get it as straight as possible, which is a trick here because you got multiple contours here. I don't know if I'm gonna go over this. I should, but at least over this part, and then there is it's not flush with it, right? You see it's kind of on a different plane, I guess. So it's got to come up here, go across here. This is not exactly flat either, just a little bit of an edge, and it lifts up a little, and then here, and then find a way to go across this fender wheel arch, and from the side it has to look perfectly straight across. Like it doesn't somehow end up going up or down
or somewhere in between it starts to like waver somehow. So it's going to take some bit of careful like laying it out, and hopefully just visually keep checking it, and hopefully I can see that it's straight before I commit to something. Anyways, that's basically it. So I'm going to give that a go. I can't film that because I need to get in here really close, hands on, and the camera's just going to be in the way, and I don't think I have a good way to set up off on the side to get a good framing of it. So I'll be back.